uh, installing a new clutch cable on this thing. This basket case bike didn't have one in any of the boxes there, so I just ordered up a new cable from Motion Pro, stock length, because the only thing I changed on the bars was I went with a little bit wider bar, so we should be fine. On your bolts here, I already loosened these up, but if you got some that are really hard to get out, before you even attempt to loosen them up, if you just take your extension and hammer, just give them a little smack, and then try and take them out. Like I said, I already loosened these up. Same thing with the derby cover bolts there. And you're just gonna screw that adjuster in. You turn it in now. And then you're just gonna pull this out of there. And you got this little piece here, that's the piece that your clutch cable goes into. You got your adjuster there, and this is what your cable sits in right here. And it just clips in there. It's all a little eccentric, so you kind of have to turn it to get it in. So there's your little O-ring that goes on the end of the cable. And a new nylon ferrule that goes up here at the lever. Be super tight. You're going to break it if you try and tighten it too much. Just kind of snogging in a little and that's good. Well, I was going to put the clutch cable in there. Looks like I'm pulling the primary off. This thing's stripped out or something. Brand new clutch cable. I don't know what the hell they did to the primary here. It needs to be. I guess that's why they had the extra primary over there in one of the boxes. Don't know. Let's go ahead and pull this primary. The other one looks good. It's going to be a different color slightly. The other one's like stock. This one's somebody painted over. Doesn't matter to me as long as it holds the clutch cable. Now remember, you got different length bolts in here. You got your really long ones at the front, where the dowel pins are here and here, and then these are going to be the same length. Those are a little bit shorter, and these ones up here are shorter. All right, let's pull this thing off here. Ain't even a gasket in there. Cool, huh? Dowel pins are still there, but no gasket. All right, got my gasket here. Now I just got a paper gasket instead of AFM. Just take a little dab. Put a couple of spots on here to hold it. And it's got a carrier in it, so it'll take a couple of seconds for it to start to dry, get tacky. When you're sticking this primary on there, I've already blown this thing out and had it sitting in a box over there, covered up. So when you're putting it on, you're going to have to kind of hold the lift up on it to get the primary or actually get it started on the shift shaft first, and then lift the chain up with your other hand. They're going to go in or the dowel pins go right there. There's one there and one back here. Now before you ever tighten anything up, you're going to want to stick the rest of the bolts in there to make sure that the gasket's lined up. do them about 8 foot-pounds is good. That equals about 100 inch-pounds, give or take, which is good for these. You're going to start off pretty much in the middle here and work your way out. So we're going to do that one. We'll do this. Okay, that's about 16 right here. I'm going to put a little dab of Harley on here, right on the threads here. You could use thread sealer. I might have used thread sealer on here a couple of times, but I don't think. We got thread engagement now. Now remember, you don't really want to torque on that thing too much. You'll snap that. Remember that housing's hollow. Tight is tight. Same way when you're doing these adjusters here, that lock nut, you know, adjust it, and you don't want to really crank on it. You just want to pretty much snug it, keep it from moving. That's all you need. I'm going to put a little lever seize on the housing there. It's just going to go in there like that. And take your ball and ramp, and you'll find that edge right there. And the way the sun's glaring, I can't see shit, so anyway, it's just going to go in there like that. It's got a little tang there. A little tang goes in the case right there. And then that just sits in there. And then you're going to take your little half nut there and your screwdriver and screw the nut in until it goes into the holder, and just start turning your adjuster out. Anyway, you're going to screw it out until you feel it stop. You feel a little bit of resistance, like right there, just where it starts touching it. Then you're going to turn it back in a quarter turn. And then your lock set's going to go right there. You're just going to line it up with the flats on there. Line up with those flats, just like that. Now, if it doesn't, you can turn it a little bit more. Turn it in a little bit more, so you give it more play. That's a quarter turn on these. And that's pretty much it. And then you're going to adjust your cable up here at the top. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to break out the Harley to hold it. Because it doesn't get hard. And the next time you need to put one in here, you can just wipe it off. Put a little dab at each little indent there. You don't really need to smear it all the way around there. Just kind of a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit over there. Found my other clutch perch. It's laying there right where I left it. Looked for it last night, couldn't find it. Came out this morning, there it was. So when you're doing your clutch cable, you're going to want to route it to where it's not going to be in a bind. On this particular model, it goes right behind the fork on this side. And when you're putting the clamp on here, you got a little indent for your wiring. Make sure you're not pinching the wiring harness there. A lot of times people get that thing in a bind and they end up just tightening it until it cuts the wiring harness. And the same thing on the brake side. Having them before where stuff works, and then they mess with the perches or the switch housings or something, and all of a sudden everything works, and then they tighten it up and it starts blowing fuses or doesn't want to start or whatever on that side. On this side, it would be high beam and horn turn signal will quit working or whatever. So just make sure that you're not pinching your wiring harness up onto the bar there. Take the slack out. And I've already pre-lubed this yesterday. As far as putting never sees on the threads of the adjuster here. Take it out some, give it a little feel, see what kind of play you got there. Pull it a couple of times. Still got too much play. We're going to take that out a little bit more. See what we got here. Now when you measure this, you're going to want about 3/16 of an inch of play right here at the cable there, about 3/16 right here. And before you tighten anything up, you're going to want to go ahead and secure the cable with there's a clip that goes on here. I don't have the clip, so I'm just using wire ties. Doesn't have to be super tight. The stock routing has it actually going like this up against the frame and clipping over here. So we're just going to kind of mimic that a little bit. Pull this over. Put this zip tie right there. And probably one over here at the top here. Before we actually get everything in there. Let's check it again. Kind of hold the cable in one hand and then pull the lever back in 3/16 right there. It's ½ inch and a 9/16. Now again, you just a little snug. You don't need to go crazy on that thing. And it's not a bad idea to take spray this stuff off with like a silicone spray. Works good as far as keeping the cables pretty and protected. And you're gonna use an inch or a 7/8 wrench to turn the lock nut. Make sure you haven't moved the adjuster. And we're good right there. That's actually probably a little bit loose. So that's pretty good right there. Pretty much under a ½ inch should be good. Really, you want to do it cold. About 3/8 to a ½ cold. If you check it hot, it's going to be like a 1/4 inch to 5/16. Common occurrences, you go to service these things and the damn thing's banjo tight. Because what they did, they adjusted it on the loose spot, and then you spin it over to a tight spot, and it's banjo damn tight. And you run it like that, you're going to bend something. Usually you end up having clutch problems, like you put it in gear and it wants to, you can't get your clutch adjustment right because the primary chain's too tight because it's side loading the clutch basket. So keep it a little bit loose in there, not super loose. You know, of course, you don't want 5/8, 11/16 play. You don't want it so loose that the chain's hitting the upper case up here. But you don't want it so tight that it's like a damn banjo string either. So that's about it. Let me dump some fluid in here. And that's basically your clutch adjustment and primary chain adjustment. You know, if you ever have to replace the nut up under here on the adjuster right here, that nut's got a plastic face on it that actually bolts up to the primary. Plastic side facing up, that's what seals the adjuster nut. Alright, I think that's it for this one. Let's get this rear wheel hooked up and brake hooked up. And do some other piddly stuff on this thing. And that's it for the clutch and the new primary. Alright, you guys take care. If you like my content, please like, share, subscribe, all that jazz, and have a great day.